Hi there, this is Stephen with Karma Astrology, and I'm coming to you live from Santa Fe, New Mexico on this beautiful full moon day. Today is June 24th. It is a Thursday, and the year is 2021. It's 11:35 a.m. here in Santa Fe. That's Mountain Time. And then as you can see over here to my right, the full moon in Sagittarius and Mula Nakshatra are going to take place at June 24th. That's today at 2:39 p.m. Eastern Time. That's in about an hour from now. So this forecast will be valid for about a couple weeks until the next new moon. That's kind of how I look at it. Sometimes it's like a little bit before, the week before this day, and a week after this day are where the energy is the most powerful, but especially right now when I'm filming this, it is very powerful. So if you're seeing this today, then or the next day, you'll know that we are still in this energy. And as you can see all around me, this is the chart. This is the South Indian style birth chart or horoscopic chart. And you can see down here in the corner that MO is moon. MO in turquoise is the moon in that constellation of Sagittarius. That box is Sagittarius. So, and then up there, across, directly polar opposite the moon, is the sun, SU, in Gemini. And that makes this the full moon in Sagittarius, where the sun is in Gemini. So what does this all mean? The moon in Sagittarius. Well, let's see. Sagittarius is this big, expansive, meaningful sign. It's the sign that really relates to our principles and our beliefs and our values and this sense of expansion and meaning in our life. So it's everything from our beliefs, it's everything from our teachers and our students, our children, our parents, anywhere where we're kind of exchanging knowledge and information and trying to kind of facilitate growth in another. And Sagittarius is really kind of the sign of the priest. It shows where we are passionate about our beliefs and where we want to share them with the world and kind of explain ourselves or proselytize or anything that you would consider a preacher or a rabbi or some sort of religious or spiritual figure to teach or to do. Sagittarius is definitely the sign of the priest, you could say. So when the moon comes into Sagittarius, especially on the full moon, we're feeling especially connected with our teachings and our wisdom, with anything that gives us inspiration and meaning in our lives and a sense of hope. So that can be very different things for different people, but ultimately we're kind of observing these beliefs and these belief systems and structures and trying to align them with truth. And that's what this moon cycle is all about, since the sun is actually in Gemini, and Gemini is about gathering new information and trying to figure out what the truth is. And Sagittarius, on the other side, is about the opposite of Gemini, where the moon is, of course, is about kind of consolidating and kind of putting all of those things that we learn into some sort of structure or belief system. So we might be learning new things that go against what our old beliefs were, and we're being called to kind of replace those old beliefs with new ones, or at least examine them and see what part of them actually aligns with the truth, everything that we've learned and known up to this time, and what doesn't. And we need to let go of the old and take in the new. That's kind of how this moon is all about. Mula, get a little deeper now. Now Mula is that M-U-L after the degrees in the moon, you can see over in that corner. And Mula shows this kind of sub-constellation, or this Indian constellation, Vedic constellation, that is within Sagittarius. It's actually the first 13 degrees and 20 minutes of Sagittarius out of 30, so it's almost half the sign, but a little less. And it shows this part of us that wants to kind of get to the root or the core of any sort of issue in our life. Mula means root. It's translated from Sanskrit into English as root. And so it shows that we're kind of looking to get down deep and into the weeds and to see the kind of base aspects of our beliefs and our principles, the kind of core aspects of our life. It's going to affect you in a different way depending on what house is your rising sign. But in some area of your life, you're probably digging a little bit deeper today. You're seeing a little more truth. You're a little more, I guess there's this kind of ferocity or this ability to attack our weaknesses, attack our problems, attack the things that aren't really working for us. So that means we can kind of weed the plants of our life, and that's going to be in a different aspect of each of our lives. So if it's in your 4th house, you might be looking at the cracks in the foundation of your actual home and looking to repair or fix those things. If it's the 1st house, it's your body and seeing what food is right for you, what food is wrong for you, and really setting a committed goal towards only, digesting or ingesting things that are going to make you a strong, powerful, beautiful person. And so this aspect of roots is where we're not only kind of building roots, but we're taking apart the roots. We're like weeding out the roots of the plants that we don't want to grow in our lives. So if we have a habitual thought pattern or tendency or some sort of habitual behavior pattern that we are not benefiting from, that we're actually losing out from, or it's coming at a detriment to ourselves, it's a great time to observe that and to kind of cut that out. Use the intensity and that kind of harsh energy, or the harsh, potential energy of today, to cut out that sort of weakness, or weed out the plants of your mind, of your life, whatever, your relationships that are not serving you, so that you can plant new seeds. And that's the beauty of this kind of time, this full moon, because we've learned so much about, all these different, we've collected all these seeds, we've gathered all these seeds with the Gemini energy, and now it's time to figure out what to root out, what to destroy, and which seeds we want to plant, which seeds are going to serve us going into the future. So that's basically the gist of it. The moon is when we have full moons, we tend to feel more emotional, and we look for a deeper sense of meaning and connection in our life, especially with this Sagittarius full moon. So you might be feeling more emotionally connected to your teachings and your principles and your dogma, your belief systems, whatever you're into, and know that we can kind of double down and try and if our system, if our principles are really working for us, if they are guiding us towards truth and towards whatever goals and ends we're trying to look for, it's definitely a great time to double down, to add some fertilizer to that plant of our beliefs and our dogma and that kind of stuff, if that dogma is aligned with truth. Otherwise, it's definitely a good time to reevaluate and figure out what's working for us and what's not, based on how we feel. The moon is all about our feelings and emotions, where we're sensitive to and where we look for connection in our lives. So when the moon is in Sagittarius and this Mula part of the zodiac, if our beliefs don't align with our truth, then we're going to feel bad. We're going to feel weird. We're going to feel a little out of place. And maybe sometimes, if we're surrounded by people and situations that are antithetical to the truth and to our belief system, maybe we will feel a little weird when we're focusing on the truth. But in general, it's kind of like you can use your feelings, you can use your emotions to suss out what feels right, what feels wrong, no matter what anyone else around us is doing or saying, based on what we know in our heart, based on what we've learned. And if you haven't kind of learned, ideas and principles that you'd like to incorporate into yourself, it's a great time to look for those now, to study, ancient wisdom traditions or teachers that call to you. This is definitely the time to learn something new, to experience something that will give you some sort of learning experience, or anything that you can really incorporate into your character. That's kind of ideal for today. So with that being said, I'm going to call it. I hope you all have a fantastic full moon in Sagittarius. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or if you were born in Sagittarius, or anything fun in the comments below. Otherwise, give me a thumbs up if you like this video and want to share the love a little bit. And feel free to subscribe to the channel if you want to see my daily updates on where the moon goes throughout the entire month. All right, peace and love. Take care. Happy full moon.